Hello and welcome to Tech Talk, your tech survey program where we discuss all things technology. And I'm your host, Nabila Jogi. Today, we're giving you insights from the Harare International Conference Center, where innovation meets excellence, as we explore the cutting edge projects showcased at the Presidential Innovation Fair, which also had innovation awards meant to celebrate and encourage innovation rooted in the heritage based education 5.0 model. But before we do that, let's move on to some history and trivia. Now, the Presidential Innovation Fair was started in 2023, aiming to build and reinforce a thriving innovation ecosystem through exhibitions and expos of current work from tertiary education institutions. In 2023, the Harare Institute of Technology's first-year electronics engineering student, Leslie Mafuta, had won the 2023 Masvingo Province Tourism Innovation Challenge. Verify Engineering was also a winner of an award this year based on their contribution to the fight against COVID-19 through manufacturing oxygen for hospitals locally. President Emmerson Mnangagwa emphasized the critical role of science, technology, and innovation as Zimbabwe marches towards its Vision 2030 goals. Now let's take a look at this excerpt from his speech at the fair.
Appropriate investment in science and technology, coupled with the bold adoption of our own homegrown innovations, will undoubtedly see Zimbabwe developing, modernizing, and industrializing at an accelerated pace. My government will continue to provide a conducive operating environment for startups and industry in general, through fostering a vibrant innovation ecosystem. This includes supportive legislation as well as support for venture capital through stimulating venture capital markets.
President Mnangagwa highlighted the growing connection between the skills developed in education institutions and the needs of local industries. Now, the fair was held under the theme Innovation for Attainment of Vision 2030. That's all we have for this segment. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the second segment as we talk to the winner of the 2024 Presidential Innovations Fair, the CEO of Verify Engineering, Engineer Pedal Tapfumane, who invented a lithium battery.
First and foremost, thank our President, His Excellency, Comrade Emmerson Mnangagwa, for coming up with this idea, Education 5.0. With Education 5.0, it has allowed us to be innovative. It has allowed us to plow into research. And one of the research outputs which we have achieved of recent for Verify Engineering is coming up with a lithium-ion battery, or a formulation of coming up with a lithium-ion battery. We have formulated using our local materials, which is lithium, manganese, nickel, and cobalt. We have come up with a formula to produce a cathode for a lithium-ion battery, and we have also managed to assemble a lithium-ion battery, which in the form of a 3-coin cell. So these coin cells, these are 3 volts. 3 volts lithium-ion coin cells, which are used even today. You can see that even these watches, they are using those batteries, and we are now ready to upscale this innovation to a for a large production factory. So this is the work which we have done. We are grateful for winning the grand prize on innovation, and we are celebrating with the nation because now as Zimbabwe we now have the capacity to produce lithium ion batteries for this country. Verify Engineering is a company under the Ministry of Higher and Tertiary Education, Science and Technology Development. After His Excellency Comrade Lithium Mnangagwa introduced Education 5.0, we now have 5 pillars in the education sector. And those pillars, under those 5 pillars, Verify Engineering is playing a major role in research and innovation and industrialization, especially in trying to, or maybe also participating in creating an innovation and knowledge-based economy for Zimbabwe as we go for the upper middle income nation by 2030. Since the coming in of the new dispensation, we have done quite a lot in terms of industrialization of the country. You are aware that in 2021 we commissioned our oxygen and nitrogen plant in Mutare, which is running and is already exporting. In 2022 we have also commissioned another plant, acetylene plant, gas plant also in Feruka Mutare, and we have also done quite a number of construction of other food processing and chemical processing plants for other agencies, for other clients in Zimbabwe. So we are doing quite a lot. Verify Engineering is an innovation-led company. We have engineers, scientists who are 365 days a year. They are designing these plants, manufacturing plants. They are designing energy plants, be it renewable plants, be it non-renewable plants. For in the energy sector, we are doing solar energy. We have 2 by 50 megawatt solar projects which we are working on right now. One is fully licensed and one is still at feasibility study in collaboration with others, the private sector and with other universities as well. So we are doing quite a lot in terms of research, in terms of industrializing the country. What inspired us is, first and foremost, we are correctly positioned that we are in a ministry, or we are under the ministry which is talking and preaching and eating innovation. So we have been actually configured in such a manner that we support innovation. Our engineers and our scientists, they are so motivated to do innovation. We deal with new technologies, we do with the existing technologies, and we integrate them as we work on our heritage, as we work on our minerals, so that we can beneficiate all our minerals, all our heritage, so that we can produce goods for this country. And not only goods for Zimbabwe, but also goods for export. So we are already in Mozambique. We will be in Zambia. We will be also in South Sudan, doing work in the similar work in those countries, and other countries are also. We are also looking and eyeing for other projects in those countries. If you were there in Zimbabwe in 2021, at the height of COVID, when people were dying because of lack of oxygen, Verify came in and commissioned its oxygen plant, which is producing 99.6% purity oxygen right now. and it became a lifesaver for Zimbabwe. It changed the spectrum in the health sector in terms of oxygen, and we have since gone into medical engineering as well as verify engineering, that we are now also doing. We are now installing medical oxygen reticulation systems in all our hospitals, and even doing equipment, installing equipment in our hospitals. This is medical engineering which we are doing. We are also working with pharmaceutical companies so that we can actually come up with a way of coming with new of large productions at large scales of our pharmaceuticals. So this innovation, it's a country without innovation, a country without these researches will then be depending on imports. But we are cancelling import. We are doing import substitution, and we are also now trying to gain income in terms of forex out of our exports as well. At Verify Engineering, we've done quite a lot of innovations. I've talked of the oxygen plant, we have talked of acetylene plant, we have talked of other work which we are doing in the renewable energy. But the innovation of the moment is the one which we have come up with a capacity for this country to produce lithium-ion batteries. You know, Zimbabwe is number 5 in the world in terms of lithium resource. We are number 5, and we don't have to export the raw materials, as enunciated by our president, that we should stop exporting our raw materials, and so we need to beneficiate. But in Africa right now, we don't know of any country which is producing batteries, lithium-ion batteries, especially using its own innovation or its own formulation. But for Verify Engineering, we've come up with our own formulation using our own lithium, our own manganese, cobalt, and other minerals to get a formula of building a cathode for our lithium-ion battery. And we've assembled 3-volt coin cells, which are now 4 months under test, and they are passing that test. Because we have now come up with the formulation. We have tested our battery. The natural thing is to upscale, and we have started doing the feasibility studies to see what the market really needs in terms of which batteries are required by our market. And remember, when I refer to market, I'm not only talking of Zimbabwe, I'm talking of the region, I'm talking of Africa. And so also we want to in that feasibility study, we are interrogating the sizing of the manufacturing plant and all the requirements, all the associated minerals which we need to also acquire those minerals which we need for such a grand scale manufacturing plant. So that is the feasibility study, and once we finish by year end next year, we'll be working on coming up with a factory, a real factory which will now be producing those batteries. For social responsibilities, energy, it should be a right for everyone in this country. No one anymore can do without energy. Even Gogo, who is in the remotest area, she wants to communicate with her family, and she wants that power. And this is what we are giving to our people. And with that, hopefully, because we'll be using our own resources, this factory is going to be a game changer in bringing down the price. No doubt the price is going to go down of these batteries. I want to just thank the team at Verify Engineering who are working so diligently to come up with all these innovations. We don't sleep at Verify Engineering. These youngsters, they are so highly motivated. They are looking up to the innovations to change the world, to change the game for the economy of Zimbabwe. And to the Zimbabweans, we are saying they should support such innovations. We have a lot of people who have got money in Zimbabwe who should be coming to institutions of higher learning to invest in these innovations, so that we don't go and look for investors outside. Once we go and look for investors outside, we will be actually empowering those people because they'll be now taking dividends out. But if the dividends remain in Zimbabwe, Zimbabwe is going to be a first world country in no time because of these innovations.
This is Tech Talk. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the third and final segment, and Mr. Alfred, Chemical Service Manager of Verify Engineering, will now give us his demonstrations.
My name is Alfred Moyo. I'm Chemical Services Manager at Verify Engineering. I'm based at the Technology and Innovation Support Center, where we are carrying out heritage-based research and development, value addition and beneficiation of our lithium ore resources to produce lithium-ion batteries. We have produced lithium-ion batteries called coin cells, which are used in research to develop materials which are capable of holding charge. So at our laboratory, we convert ores to lithium battery-grade chemicals. An example of a battery-grade chemical is a chemical which contains some metals in various combinations, which we mix to form slurries, which we then paste in on current collectors. We cut discs from the current collectors, and then we place the disc in a particular order in cells, which we call coin cells. So what we do is, this procedure, we carry it out in a specialized equipment, which is at our Technology Innovation Support Center, where we control the atmosphere during the assembly process. We have to control the oxygen concentration, we have to control the moisture concentration during battery assembly. As lithium interacts with this oxygen and moisture to deactivate materials in the battery. So we control the environment, and then we carry out the assembly process in that controlled environment. Then from after assembly, after stacking our materials in a particular order, we take out our materials from the glove box, and then we do some tests where we test the capacity of the materials. So for example, when we look at this cell, this is the positive electrode. So they've developed the positive electrode, which comes out like this one, and then we've put it in the battery, and then we test the potential difference of the electrodes by testing the voltage. So you find that on the voltmeter there, it's reading 3.33 volts. Right. So that shows that this material, it can hold 3.33 volts. So when we want to manufacture a very big battery, what we only change is the size of the electrodes. We produce bigger electrodes, bigger cathodes, bigger anodes, and then the format of the battery will then be in the format of the target battery we want. For example, we want a solar battery, we will be able to manufacture. The materials will be the same as the ones that you find in the coin cell, but we're able to then produce the battery with a different format or a different size. For example, the solar battery or the electric vehicle battery. So our research in the beneficiation strategy is to develop materials from our own locally heritage-based materials, the lithium, the cobalt, and other additives, which we add and put into our batteries. So this project is very impactful to our country because it will be able to provide energy storage solutions which are tailor-made for home use and also for industrial use, where we can store energy and then discharge that energy and use it in applications of choice. So some of the applications which we test when we manufacture these coin cells are the stopwatches. Yeah, we place our battery in the stopwatch, then we test it over long durations. We also are able to collect data utilizing softwares. For example, we take this battery, we put it on a battery testing machine which has got a software where we can do charge-discharge profiling as part of the quality assurance process. Thank you.
So, in terms of
Oh, yeah.
safety,
Bo.
in terms of safety,
All right.
what guarantee?
All right. In terms of safety, before a battery is discharged to the market, it undergoes specific charge-discharge profiling, where we are able to characterize the material that is contained in the battery. We test it at a slightly higher voltage compared to its design voltage, so that you see if there's going to be a voltage spike. You'll be able to see on the graphs if there's going to be any effect on the material. So we are carrying out our quality assurance or testing procedures. They are based on artificial intelligence, which then give us the results of how the battery will perform when it is in the market. Yes, before dispatch of the battery to the market.
And how are we going to?
Now, that's all we had for you today on Tech Talk. Join us in the next episode. Until then, it's ciao for now.